What we are trying to do is to try to study how the mortality move and how is the shape of this other function or mortality function, because what we know right now is little about the shape. I mean, in mathematical terms, we don't know how is moving the mortality function, especially for the little neglected. I mean, in the study part of the mortality function, the age that concerns the age, we can say the adolescent, a young adult age, because the interest we have a lot of research on the final age and the beginning age in the mortality function. Instead, we have less research on this section, because it's more interesting, because also in the past the level was not so high. Maybe if you think our curiosity is more on a question like how long is the life is a nice question. Instead to speak how is which is the level of mortality at 20 is not so relevant. Instead is also for some social question. It is important to know something on the beginning of life, how babies died before reach age 1. So we have a lot of research on this part of the function. Instead we have a little research or less research on this. And so we decided to focus our attention on this part. We discover, if you observe the 200 of a period, that the level of mortality at age 1, 2, 3, 4 move down from higher level, move to lower level. But what we discover, and this is well-known fact, and it is easy to understand, and when something is going to decline, also the level is going to decline. What we observe also that the function move from right to left. We also have another secondary movement, but very important. And especially what it's clear that we observe that change the age at the age where is the minimum, the absolute minimum of mortality. And this minimum move from one age that for male was around 40 in the past to an age that right now is 10, 9 to 10. And for female was something around 12 to one age that is around 8, 9. We try to understand, to give some explanation, and we link this movement to the anticipation in the age at puberty, for female and for male. This is our idea. Then when start the puberty, we reach the minimum, and then we observe a fast inflection point that means that the mortality starts to increase until the end of puberty, that in the past was around 18, 19. In fact, for example, for male, age or stature, you say, continued to increase in the past. Right now, one boy reaches his age around 18 or 70. Then we observe another increase in mortality and a maximum for male around 22, 23. And then again another inflection point and a decline of mortality. This second change in the shape that we can call young adult age, for us is linked, one interpretation, with the increase of testosterone, or better when we move from a young age to we start to be adult in all this. Of course, it's clear when there is an increase of testosterone, our attitude tend to to have more, to get more risk, to be more aggressive, and in fact normally we have the maximum also of homicide, of incident, and so car incident, and so on. Also in the past, the population, the start of testosterone in the past was later than right now. And this is the last conclusion. How can we find, it is possible to find a general theory that can help us to explain this movement for younger, I mean, puberty and the change in testosterone. Is not our idea, but we find in the literature a clear evidence that nutrition, I mean, the increase of net nutrition is behind this movement, the anticipation of age at puberty and at the age when testosterone starts to increase. This is our, but of course we need more proof, because, for example, we have really few data for historical population on the age of the beginning of puberty for male. Instead, we have a lot of information for female, because it is easier to identify the age at menarche in the past than the age when one guy started to begin his maturity and so on. Some important application from a mathematical point of view. If we are able, and this is very difficult, is a sort of dream for all the research to find a function that describe all mathematical functions that describe all the shape of mortality. We think that with this result we are able to do some more little pass, but no more than that. Then more, we think if in a sort of fantastic future that we are going to depict, we think that little by little maybe we are going, it would be a great result if we are going to, in some way, to contribute, not with our research, but just to put in evidence the total disappear of young adolescent, young adult death. This is the idea. That is a link with what in demography we call the rectangularization of mortality. It means that all people stay alive until one age. And little by little we are observing this. And we think that we explain better this strange but so relevant movement.